What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol RBLX for Roblox Corp. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this will, of course, be an update on their earnings announcement. They gave us a number after the bell, so let's flip on the extended hour session and see what's going on here. If we zoom in on the chart, you'll clearly notice a big red-bodied candle. I would say it's likely we get some sort of gap down for tomorrow's session, but please keep in mind a lot can happen between now and 9:30. To sort of prepare for this, let's go ahead and map out the overnight session as of right now. Again, please adjust accordingly for tomorrow's open. We want to know where the forecasted opening print is. Let's just roughly, this is going to continue to wiggle around. Let's just assume that it's roughly 64, okay? Could be lower, could be higher. Again, you're going to need to adjust when the bell actually rings. We're going to turn that off, and let's go ahead and look at the daily time frame chart to talk about potential scenarios into tomorrow's session. So I just mapped out the low of today because whenever we're dealing with gaps, scenario number one is the gap and trap. So if we open here, fail to find new sellers under the overnight low down here, and trade long back through the open, that's essentially a long setup, to close the gap. So your target would, the trade would be from 64, whatever the open is, up to the low of today's session to close the gap. 66.47 is the gap close area if it is a gap down. If we open somewhere inside of range, notice that we have this area of just, back and forth two-sided trade price acceptance essentially. I would just be patient and wait for a move outside of the day's range, and your target would now be the overnight low or the overnight high in the case of a move to the upside. Now, granted, the range from here to here isn't that impressive. So from there, let's see what the next daily resistance would be. If we do something like this, that's clearly the level at 81.50s. We'll just round up there. So prior support, then turning to resistance right here. That would be your reasonable upside target if we open in range and take it out to the upside. The flip side of this coin is the gap and go. So meaning that we do open on a gap down, we put in bearish price acceptance, could be a descending triangle, could be a bear flag, could be anything that sets up the breakdown essentially of the overnight low, currently 59.56, takes us to this pivot low, which is here at 53.73. So it's as simple as that. Inside of Roblox, you have a number of setups to be watching for. Each of them is going to give you some type of entry, and you know where your stop's going to be. Keep in mind that if this is the play, and this is essentially how it opens up here, this is not a good trade, right? You're not going to risk the overnight low for an entry from here to here. Look at this. The risk to reward does not make sense. That's not a trade that you take. If it's going to be the gap and trap, it's got to do something that looks like this, never come anywhere close to the overnight low, and instead we can place a stop here. That's more of a one-to-one. If you get your stop to break even as quick as possible, maybe it's a trade worth taking, but that's something to consider. If you enjoyed today's video or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.